Hey, good morning. It's kind of damp out here. The rain. I've been come back here to the creek this morning looking at that. We had rain all night and starting to sprinkle again. Come outside, it was like, man, this is pretty nice. Pretty nice out here. Boy, it's starting to rain now. I think I want to get wet. It won't be the first time. I didn't bring my hat today to keep the water off of me. I really didn't think it would rain. Well, I knew there was a chance of it. I hear little birds out here. I was walking down through the yard, I let the chickens out. Noticed all the dandelion heads was full of seed. The dandelions were full of seeds and scattering them out. You know, the dandelion, the seeds in it, over the lifetime of the plant, can put out 50 to somewhere between 50 and 150 seeds on each head that comes up. You know, like these right here. Those little heads, all right, on a single plant, they can grow 150 seeds or better on them. And there's little white stuff that's in the stem. You squeeze that out, and little white stuff, it's good for warts. Yeah, it is. You used to put that on. That was one of the medicines, medicinal purposes of those things. They've got the flowers themselves are sweet if you eat them, but there's a lot of potential in those sunflowers. I mean the dandelions. They're sweet. They'd make tea out of the plant. You can boil it and make tea. It's going to rain. Yeah, a lot of people cut those out of the yard, those dandelions, and I'm not one to do that. Oh, there's a pretty flower. Marcia's going to have some of that. Have to dig that up, take it home. But the dandelion, that's the first flower of the spring. Those little insects will find that. That's their food. That's the first nutrients that they get is the pollen from the dandelion. And that's the first flower that the kids will pick for moms. And, you know, here's your bouquet of flowers. They're pretty cool. They have a taproot. Those taproots on those dandelions are they go down, I don't know how deep they can get, but what they're doing is they're looking for calcium. And when you see them growing, the leaves on those things are calcium rich, really full of nutrients, designed by our Creator. Isn't that something? Yep. Dandelions. People dig them up and throw them away. Yeah. Leave them in the ground. That shows your soil's compacted. When the soil's good and loose, they'll fade out. You won't have them. So you get good soil and get good calcium in your soil. The dandelions will do their job. They're for a purpose. But anyway, heard a pup come back. Where'd she go? Here she is. She found me. I snuck out and left them at home. I gotta step over here. It's raining. See if I can get over here in this, underneath this tree. Then we'll get in there. Find me a place to put my camera up here. Somewhere out of the way. See how it comes out. Stay. You ought to stay there. Maybe. Don't want to get water on my papers. It's under this shade, under this canopy of this cedar tree. Let's see what we can do before the rain comes in and really soaks me, right? This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 17. Now, when the Bible app that I use for find these references, it'll choose words or a series of words or something, but then it'll reference those words, and that's how you find these references. And this one, verse 17, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, has 6 references in it. Let's see, the elders referenced, rule or preside is a reference, and the word be is a reference. Double is a reference. Toiling or labor is a reference, and the word word is referenced. All right, so that's how this works out. But anyway, just that's how I get these references, is through the Blue Letter Bible app. And I pull these out of Paul's writings. All right, let's stick with Paul for the reason that the risen Christ revealed something to him that he didn't reveal to anyone else. So we digging this secret out. It's a secret. It tells you in there the secret of God, and it's a secret. Anyway, look these all up and get them in context. All right. So let's see how this comes out before it starts really pouring on me and I get my papers wet. I didn't bring anything to hide to put my book in. Let elders who have presided ideally be counted worthy of double honor, especially those who are toiling in word and teaching. An elderly man you should not be upbraiding, but be entreating him as a father, the younger men as brethren. Or the entreater in entreaty, the sharer with generosity, the presider with diligence, the merciful one with glee. Now we are asking you, brethren, to perceive those who are toiling among you and presiding over you in the Lord, and admonishing you, and to deem them exceedingly distinguished in love, because of their work. Be at peace among yourselves. Now, if anyone is not aware how to control his own household, how will he care for the ecclesia of God? For they are delighted, and they are debtors. For if the nations participate in their spiritual things, they ought to minister to them in fleshly things also. Have we no right at all to be leading about a sister as a wife, even as the rest of the apostles and the brothers of the Lord and Cephas? Or have only I and Barnabas no right to be working? Who is warring at any time, supplying his own rations? Who is planting a vineyard and not eating of its fruit? Or who is tending a flock and not eating of the milk of the flock? Not according to man am I speaking of these things. Or is the law not also saying these things? For in the law of Moses it is written, you shall not muzzle the threshing ox. Not for oxen is the care of God. Or is he undoubtedly saying it because of us? Because of us. For it is written that the plower ought to be plowing in expectation, and the thresher to partake of his expectation. If in expectation we sow the spiritual in you, is it a great thing if we shall reap of your fleshly things? If others are partaking of this right from you, are not rather we? Nevertheless, we do not use this right, but we are foregoing all, lest we may be giving any hindrance to the evangel of Christ. Are you not aware that the workers of the secret things are eating of these things of the sanctuary? Those settling beside the altar have their portion with the altar. Thus the Lord also prescribes that those who are announcing the evangel are to be living of the evangel. Now let him who is being instructed in the word be contributing to him who is instructing in all good things. Receive him then in the Lord with all joy, and have such in honor. Widows be honoring who are really widows, rejoicing in expectation, enduring affliction, persevering in prayer. For God's fellow workers are we. God's farm, God's building are you. Yet, in the grace of God, I am what I am, and His grace, which is in me, did not come to be for naught, but more exceedingly than all of them toil I. Yet not I, but the grace of God which is in me, that you also may be subject to such, and to every fellow worker and toiler, having on the word of life, for my glorying in the day of Christ, that I did not run for naught, neither that I toil for naught. Yes, I am asking you also, genuine yoke fellow, by aiding them, these women, who complete together with me in the evangel, with Clement also, and the rest of my fellow workers, whose names are in the scroll of life. Now I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that at length, for once your disposition toward me blossomed, to which you were disposed also, yet you lacked occasion. The toiling farmer must be the first to partake of the fruits. By suggesting these things to the brethren, you should be an ideal servant of Christ Jesus, fostering with the words of faith and of the ideal teaching which you have fully followed. On these things meditate, and these be that your progress may be apparent to all. Attend to yourself and to the teaching. Be persisting in them, for in doing this you will save yourself as well as those hearing you. Herald the word, stand by it, opportunely, inopportunely. Expose, rebuke, entreat with all patience and teaching. And that's references to 1 Timothy 5 verse 17. All right? And I won't add anything to Scripture. All right, let's put that thing up. It's getting wet in here. It's coming through the branches. Rain. I didn't think it would do that much, but boy, it sure did. It's coming in. That's all right. It's nice. It's nice rain. It's not, there's a creek. Yeah, I'm a little ways from the house. Water. That's all right. I enjoy listening to the rain. I sit out there on the porch today. Marcia and I can sit on the back deck and watch the rain fall. We had an Oriole bird come in. They're a beautiful bird. They're black and bright orange. Oh man, they're a pretty bird. They really are. We had a pair of those come in yesterday, and so they got on the hummingbird feeder. They like the hummingbird food, sugar water that we make up. So we'll see. We put oranges out, cut oranges in half so they can have oranges to eat on. It's raining. How's that song go? It's raining, the old man is. Yeah, I don't remember. It was a kid's song we had. Anyway, it's gonna be a beautiful day. You know, you get they say, how's it beautiful? All this rain and clouds? Yeah, you know what? You rise above all that negativity. Rise above them clouds, sun shining. Yeah. You know, the only time you can see the negative, the only time you can see the dark, the things in life that drag you down, is when you take your eyes off of the sun. Take your eyes off the sun. That's when you see the shadows. Right? Is it pretty back through there? Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm getting wet. The garden's coming. We got onions coming up out here. Still got to box these frames in, but yeah, we've got onions coming up. which would be pretty neat. Have fresh onions here before too long. That's all right. We got flowers to put in, got starter plants to start. I love the spring of the year. All new life comes out. Turkeys. He's still up on the roost. But anyway, y'all are watching me get wet. I think we ought to go see what God's got for us today. Y'all ready for that? I think I am. It's going to be an awesome day. I hear a rooster crowing. All right, guys. Let's go see what God's got. And I'm going to go dry off. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. We'll see you then. See you later.